shining a light on the women creating an impact, leading organizations, and mission-focused strategic programs across the federal technology and consulting community. This is Impact. I am being joined today by Trey Theimer, DMI's Chief Growth Officer. Trey, thank you for hopping on and joining me today.
Marianne, thank you for inviting me. It's great to be here.
First, start by telling me what it is you do over there as the Chief Growth Officer.
So my job here at DMI involves everything around growth. So for me, that all starts with strategic planning and what our strategy is for going forward and growing in the marketplace. But I run the business development teams, the proposal operations, marketing comes under me as well. So everything around growth I'm associated with.
Tell me, how did you get to where you are? Is there an experience or an event that you believe helped steer you down your current path?
Oh gosh, so many people actually helped steer me down my path. I wouldn't be where I am today without the help of a lot of different people. As I entered into this crazy GovCon space that we are now a part of, but I entered this market really when I moved up here from college and started my first job inside a systems integrator that was just a pure play, did all federal contracting, and started in business development and growth at that point, and really progressed inside the growth envelope for a long time, for decades. Large companies, large, really good companies. I've been incredibly fortunate to work with some outstanding leaders, some legends, even inside the government and inside private industry in my career. But one of the things that was really pivotal to help me in the job I'm in right now was when I was asked to actually step outside of my growth role and run a P&L for a company for a period of time. And having the opportunity to actually partner with our customers and deliver what we promised we were going to deliver was, well, I realized the magnitude of the impact of technology and digital transformation could have on our government operations and services. During that time, I was overseeing a large, complex IT project for a cabinet level department. And the complexity of it, combined with the tangible impact it had on citizens' access to services, really ignited my drive to improve mission outcomes. And I think that just changed how I viewed growth and my approach to growth, and how it's really all in order to grow. It's really all about the services, the quality of the services, and the support that you provide your customer. So that was a pivotal moment for me.
Okay, so and do you have a leader or mentor that you think helped guide you along the way?
Oh my goodness, I have so many. When I started out, again, just graduated from college and moved up here, I was lucky enough that a woman that I worked with, who was in business development at the time, kind of took me under her wing and taught me so much. I owe so much of my career to her guidance, and that she was generous enough to invest her time and her focus, and her lessons learned for me was huge in my career, and still is. I mean, I still talk to her weekly. Yeah, there are several. I mean, I was very lucky in the fact to watch, tremendous leaders, CEOs who demonstrate what leadership is and demonstrate how I wanted to be as a leader. And then you saw people who didn't demonstrate that, and people who you didn't want to emulate throughout your career growing up. And just, I was one of those people that would take notes and observations and really strive to learn and get better.
Do you find that it's really important, and I feel like as I've talked to different women on this podcast, that people feel like it's really important to make sure that you have someone that is your accountability person, that you can reach out to and bounce ideas off from, and who will hold you accountable?
Gosh, it's super important. You don't want people just to placate you and tell you that you do a great job when you're not doing such a great
Yeah.
job. I think that's a really, really important lesson that people need to learn early, especially in this generation of likes and support
Hmm.
and positivity, that it's okay to get constructive feedback and that it's actually your failures and the constructive feedback that's going to help you more than the superficial praise or the pat on
Hmm.
the head. So yeah, I actually have a lot of people like that in my life who kind of shake me a little when I go off the rails, and I appreciate that. But that's one thing here at DMI, and one of the reasons why you really want to work with people that you trust and you respect is you create that kind of culture at your company where honest dialogue and transparency and different viewpoints are part of your everyday. It really changes your work for you.
Yeah, and you want to inspire each other and lift each other up, but it's still one of the people that I always look back at as someone that really helped me grow was when I used to work in news radio. I had a news director that just seemed like he tore up every article I turned in and would just, and I was like, he hates me. But I look back and I'm like, you know what? He helped me grow. He put in a lot of thoughts into my head that I'll think about it. When people say, I'll talk to you at 8 a.m. in the morning, he never say morning and AM. Obviously, you don't need to say both of them. Like things like that always stuck with me after that.
But the thing about it, Marianne, is that you had resilience.
Hmm.
You didn't say, oh, he hates me, I gotta leave, right?
Yes. Yeah,
You
I always
knew
want
he
it to
was
be like,
investing in you,
yes,
right?
this article I'm turning in, he's not ripping it up. He'd find less, less, less every time.
Yeah, and that's the kind of real progress you make in your career when you realize that the criticism is there to help you, not to harm you, and people are actually trying to lift you up. And I encourage people to look at that side of it as opposed to, oh no, I did something wrong. Yeah, because we all do wrong every single
Yeah.
day.
So, do you have a pivotal moment or experience that shaped your leadership style and how you approach leadership?
Well, one of the things I remember very distinctly, and it was when I had this P&L role that it was like a duck out of water for me, but I had this just incredible CEO. And we were in a situation where we were having to deliver to a customer who was clearly doing something that would be the detriment to our financial worksheet, right?
Right.
So going in and telling my CEO, hey, I really want to go help the customer do this because eventually it is going to pay off for us if we become their partner in this, despite the declining quarterlies. Eventually, we're going to get to a place where this customer knows we're in it to be successful with them. They'll show it by sticking with us, and then we'll actually grow. And it was a newly formed public company. And that was really brave of my CEO to trust, number one, a newly minted P&L leader with this plan of, hey, you're going to see some declining results, but I promise at the end of this is a pot of gold. And that he did. He did. And I think that just really inspired me that when you give trust to people working with you and empower them to go make it happen, that people are going to want to go make it happen without all of the mother may I or the questioning or the meeting after meeting. But if you just show that you support people with the right business case and believe in them and back them up, that they can go move mountains. And we did. We won the largest contract that company was ever awarded just because that CEO was brave enough to say, hey, we're going to make this decision. And so that was really inspiring to me.
How can we encourage young women to aspire to be leaders and take on leadership roles and pursue careers that are generally male dominated?
I think encouraging young women to pursue leadership roles in male dominated industries starts with creating visible pathways to leadership and fostering inclusive cultures And that starts at the top of a company. Seeing a diverse leadership team is a strong signal to newly graduated job seekers and folks who are starting out early in their career. When they see that, they can think, oh, this is a place where I can excel and advance, where, the deck isn't stacked against me. And of course, mentorship is critical. Pairing young women with leaders who can guide them through challenges, because they're going to have them, and build their confidence goes a long way. And like I said, I was really lucky to find one of these women when I first graduated, and owe so much to her grace in helping me.
So what do you envision for the future for the women in leadership, and what steps can we take to accelerate the process?
The future for women in leadership is incredibly promising, especially right now. And especially since we're seeing that momentum building across various industries. In fact, in 2023, we reached a significant milestone when, for the first time, female CEOs finally outnumbered CEOs named John in the S&P 500.
Wow.
Only took till 2023. And in 24, we have now 52 women CEOs as part of the Fortune 500 company, representing 10%. But you talk about the progress, and it's slow, because study after study proves that companies that have women as CEOs and CFOs and a more diverse employee base outperform those that don't, both in revenue and profit. So obviously, there are some longstanding barriers that we still need to overcome. And I just think looking and paying attention to the demographic trends, diverse leadership is going to be part of the norm. It's going to be the norm, particularly in sectors like IT and government, where innovation and fresh perspectives are critical to driving growth and adaptability. And women bring unique problem-solving approaches that we need, quite frankly. So we've got to keep building these strong networks, diverse networks, men, women coming together, imparting knowledge, and giving women the tools they need to navigate leadership roles confidently. I mean, there's no rule book. There's no handbook they give you.
Yeah,
So we all just need to help lift everybody up.
I agree. I totally agree. Trey, is there anything else you would like to add?
No, just everybody go out and vote.
I agree with that one too. Trey, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us today.
Thank you, Marianne. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you're keeping up to date on the latest episodes, and learn more at govforum.io.